Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of You Know Who. It's me again. How you guys doing? How you been? It's what's this, a Thursday morning, nice and foggy. I woke up so late, so this morning I am actually rushing to work. Oh man, but yeah, I just wanted to sort of use this video as sort of a thank you for everyone that's checked out the Trackday series. I didn't think I'd open up the series like that, but it's awesome, man. See that you guys have shown so much support, and you know, all the comments. I could not believe how many comments were left on that vid within like the space of the 24 hours it was up for. That was absolutely crazy, absolutely manic, and I'm glad that I surprised a few people with the face reveal as well. You know, I'm just one of those people that I think it's kind of rude for me to, you know, yes, I do get, what the fuck are you doing? I do get when people have to sort of hide their identity because of work purposes and stuff like that, but I don't have to, so I just, you know, I'd love for my subs to be able to see who I am, and, you know, rather than always hiding my face behind the lid. But yeah, thanks again, guys. You guys are bloody awesome, and the amount of shares that video got was absolutely crazy. Never did I expect that. Also as well, this is sort of another request video which I will be doing. So this is for Z-Trex, because he did ask me if I could do a video on sort of like the preparation that you have to do for a track day and all of that stuff. So I think I'll just do that now, because I know that during the week when it's not fresh in my mind I won't be able to flow it. So yeah, you know, when you are thinking of doing a track day, there's the first thing that you need to consider before you even get a set of levers is, have you got the right helmet? Because the thing is, you can get any levers, it doesn't matter how shit we say they are, like for instance like some of the cheap brands or whatever, as long as it zips all the way around at the waist, they will let you on track. But without the right helmet, they will not. So you have to make sure that your helmet has got an ACU sticker on there, gold one. You know, that is just part and parcel. You have to have that on your helmet, otherwise they won't allow you to go onto the track. Next, obviously, is the levers, but then also you need to make sure that your bike is prepped and ready. So I knew that I had this track day coming up, and I had a set of tyres on there which I had on for about, actually I've had them on since I got my bike. So yeah, I had them on since I had my bike. Now, because I do a lot of motorway miles, what the fuck? Because I do a lot of motorway miles, the tyres tend to square off, and I didn't want to take that on the track, so I ended up changing them, only because I knew that, yeah, it's going to take about 100 miles roughly to run them in. So I literally changed my tyres to 3 weeks before my track day, so that I could have a nice tyre with a good profile all round, so that when I go to the track it's not going to you know, throw off the handling in any way. So that's the next thing. Also, you need to make sure you got enough life on your brakes. You need to make sure that everything is operational, because on the track, when you're in those high speed environments, you have to have 100% confidence and faith in your bike, because when you're, you know, you've got a corner coming up, you're doing 100 plus, and you've just passed the 300 yard mark, and you need to brake to get into that corner. You need to make sure that, you know, you can brake in time, because that is the most important thing. Also as well, what's the other thing that you need to do? Yeah, just make sure you check your bike for any leaks or anything, and if it has got any leaks but you haven't got time to repair it, just make sure that you're able to manage it effectively. Like for instance, when I did high side, I did I've got a hairline crack on the right hand side of my engine case, so there's little bits of oil seeping and stuff. but all I just keep doing is just cleaning it and topping it up because it's not like a big problem. But I will get around to replacing that at one point when I get more moolah. Yeah, so that's that. The next thing is obviously making payment. Now, No Limits do quite good offers. You know, a lot of people go with No Limits and Focus Events, but I quite like MSV. Now, the difference is, right, this is the only reason why I like MSV. With the MSV, you know, say, like, for instance, when I done all my previous track days with them, I was in a novice group. But then, after a while, I ended up from, you know, being like closer to the back of the novice group to being in the middle of the novice group, and I moved up to like literally starting just lap people started getting in my way, and MSV actually moved me up to intermediate. That is how I found out that I was an intermediate rider. But with No Limits, from what I've you know discovered, even on when we went to Snetterton, towards the end of the day, when I sort of got more comfortable with the track, and you know, me and Dave, we were just passing people, lapping people getting in our way. They didn't even say, oh yeah, you know, you guys need to move up to the intermediate, because at that point, because I was comfortable with the track and I was a bit more confident, I was riding at my intermediate pace, and you know, they didn't even move us up or anything, so that's one thing to consider. And yeah, but you know, a lot of people always think, yeah, I'm a good rider or whatever, and people get embarrassed about the fact that, you know, they're going into the novice group. But you have to remember this, right? There's only one person that is riding that bike, and you have to be true to yourself when it comes to booking that track day. There is no shame in being a novice, because it doesn't matter how many years of experience you have riding on the road. The moment you go on track, it's a completely different experience. Like when you come to that first corner on your starting lap as a novice, it's fucking intimidating. And if you've gone and put yourself in an intermediate group where you will not be able to keep up with people, or you're trying to keep up with people, that is when the problems occur, and that is how a lot of people crash. So always go at your pace and never lie to yourself. Like you can be in a novice group for years and years and years. Everyone develops their skills differently, and that is the most important thing. Just always keep it at your pace. Never try to rush yourself, because I done 3 track days, and then I got moved up to intermediate. Last year I done 6 track days. This is my Snetterton was my 7th track day. And I went novice in that because I did not know the circuit at all, and I did not want to be riding at intermediate pace on a track I have no idea about. So that is the reason why I went in a novice. But in the next time, because I do, you know, I've learned the circuit a bit more now, so I have like a rough idea of what's coming up next. Next time I go, I'll definitely be an intermediate. But you know, you have to take it in small steps when doing track days, because you know, a lot of people, I think they just look for sort of bragging rights, and everyone's trying to get their knee down and all of that. Like, yeah, fair enough. You know, that when you try to do that, I think that makes things go wrong as well, because your knee will touch the floor if you're carrying the right speed through the corner, and you know, your speed determines your lean angle and everything. So you know, it's just one of those things you don't need to worry about. Now, the cost of track days do vary depending on who you're booking with. Also on sort of the class of circuit. Like for instance, Brands is probably the most expensive circuit in the UK, but it can also be one of the cheapest. If you're just doing Brands Hatch Indy, then you're looking to pay anywhere between like £105 to £99, depending on the time of year that you're going. But then if you want to do the GP, it's literally £200. Why don't you use the fucking crossing? I hate people. Yeah, it's about £200 to do that one. But you know, the only reason why I sort of like No Limits is that you do get, well, I get 20% off because I'm a part of Trackday Riders. So if you go on Trackday Riders, then you can sort of, and you're an active member in the forum, I'm not sure if it's still going on, but you get 20% off your track days. So rather than having to pay, you know, maybe £119, you pay 107. So yeah, that's all you really need to know. And then obviously, you know, depending on how far the circuit is, you probably want to, like for instance, because we were going all the way to Norwich, I live all the way in London. I am not riding from London to Norwich on the day of the track day to then have to do 140 minutes of being on the track, exerting myself, to then ride 175 miles back to my house. There is no way that I'm going to do that, because that is just not logical. Yeah, so that's the reason why I went there from the night before, just, you know, just check in and double check in, and just to make sure I haven't forget anything, because once you're so far away from home, you can't just, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, quickly nip home and get something. It's not going to work. So yeah, you know, those are some of the things that you need to take into consideration, and it's just like easy as making a list of things as well, because when you make a list of whatever, I'm sure there are like track day lists on the internet, you know, you can print off one of those, and you can literally just tick them off, and you make sure you do your preparations a week before, rather than waiting to the last minute, because that is when you forget everything. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, because there is just so much to go into. Like, it's something that I can go proper in depth about. But yeah, I'll just leave it there for now, guys, and until the next episode of Bike Us In, you know, do the usual, just give me a like, give me a share, drop a comment below, you know, continue leaving those comments, man. Just continue leaving those comments, fucking love them. And most importantly, click that red button that says subscribe, guys. And people are so stupid. Yeah, just click that red button that says subscribe, and unlike the stupid people, you guys continue being awesome. You're absolutely brilliant. And I would like to say a big shout out to my new subscribers as well. Thanks for coming to the channel. I hope you're liking the Bike Us In-ness. And yeah, take care and ride safe. See you later, guys. Are these undercovers?